That off, shut the machine off, and shut this valve off. It doesn't really matter what order you do it in. Okay, leave that on there for a minute and let's see how much we got in there. It was 29.5 roughly. It's 33, so we got about
4 pounds.
Well, almost 3.5 or so, almost 4 pounds. Okay, so what do we do now?
What do you want us to do?
I don't know. These are closed? Yeah. Okay, let's take that hose off. Now we're going to pull a vacuum on the system. There's still a tiny bit of refrigerant in, but that's okay. So just take the service hose off there. Well, close both those valves first.
On the service, this hose, it doesn't matter which side you put it in, right?
Check the oil level. On this sight glass here, there's the oil level right here. And on just about every vacuum pump, there's a line that shows if it's halfway, if the oil mark is halfway, then it's full, halfway on the sight glass. This says oil level, and it's right at the level, so we're okay here.
So what kind of oil?
System like we're going to be doing, we don't want it on. We're going to pull a vacuum on it, then we're going to put liquid into the liquid side and weigh it in, and then we'll add more if we have to while it's on.
You charging it up, don't it gotta be on?
Not an initial charge. We're going to pull a vacuum, we're going to put liquid into the liquid side while it's on. Then if it needs more, and it probably will, I'll get the fresh jug of 410, then we'll put it while it's running. We're pretty close to zero now. Let's let it go another...
Goes fast.
Another pound or two. Don't want to do that. It stays off recovery.
Because it's going to go...
Chris notices that this is cold. It's cold because it's drawing liquid refrigerant in, and as it draws it in, it's evaporating. So in evaporating, as it evaporates, it cools.
Yeah, it's
putting
got
a low
cold
pressure
too.
on
See
there.
how cold it's getting?
The line should be cold too. As a matter of fact, look at the dryer. It's frosting out.
Hey Steve, you only want it on when you're charging it up.
Say again?
You only want it on when you're charging it up. You only want it on when you're charging it up.
Only what?
Want it on when it's charging up.
Two into the suction side, you're supposed to do just vapor. But to speed it up, guys, we'll bring it back and forth to let liquid in, vapor, liquid, vapor. And you can do that as long as you don't let enough liquid in during the compressor. These scroll compressors will stand up to a little bit of liquid. What's that?
The high pressure.
Okay, that's fine. Good. On our older reciprocating compressors, you really don't want liquid going in there because it'll ruin the
You have to
valve.
leave it like that.
Well, no, you can do that. With experience, you get to judge how much you can put in. To close to zero. And the best way to tell is on the low side. The high side is a higher scale. But it should be going down. Is it dropping?
Well, it's making the tank heavier.
Oh, you're right. Closed. The outlet is the red one. Then you're going to start it up and then open the inlet. And open that inlet. And now we just watch the pressure go down. Hang that up so we can see that, would you? As the refrigerant is recovered from the unit, the pressure is going to drop. And we want to shut that off when it, or shut the...
You can open them up.
Both of them there.
My name's on there, right?
Just the
This ain't gonna cause no explosions back here. I don't want to.
That's why you're there.
trying to get frostbite.
To protect me, man.
That's good. It's all the way open.
Side also is called the head pressure, high pressure. Low side is called the suction pressure. Of the low pressure.
Low suction.
Okay, everything's hooked up. Those valves are off. Everything is off here. We can plug it in. It's not going to start, but we can plug it in to get it ready.
Then what do we do?
Well, then we start opening a bunch of valves.
Okay, let's start.
What do you want to open first? Doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter what order.
Not really, because everything is tight. I mean, I hope all the hoses are tight, right?
What do you want to start with the yellow machine first?
You
No,
check the
let's not
hoses
start.
for the.
Let's do the yellow machine, you mean the recovery machine.
Yeah.
Let's do that last. Thank you, Thomas.
You holding the house up?
You wanna protect your hands, put these in towel, because that stuff comes out pretty cold. There you go.
Don't make them draw. Be nice.
Okay, let's put the jug on here and see what it weighs. Wait a minute, I gotta zero it out first.
That's more than the movies.
Okay. Try to get it in the middle if you can. So right now, well, that's a pretty much an empty jug. It's
29.
yeah, well, we'll call it 30 because it's 29. No, I'm sorry, 29 and a half. That one goes to the
This one's the-
right.
Yeah.
Rishaki, would you close the door? Because it's gonna make a little bit of noise.
Okay.
Now it's gotta go to the, what does CU stand for?
Compressor unit.
Condensing unit. I ain't doing it, somebody's gotta do it. I'm supervising.
Oh,
Red
wait.
one goes to the liquid line, you're on
Well,
the
scooch
suction line.
over.
right now.
I'm supervisor
the
and
other-
trainer.
Well, you don't mind if I help, do you?
Suction.
They don't have this set up where like everybody can see at the same time.
What's that?
Ah, it's okay. I'm sorry.
It's video and you're in.
Go to the inlet port on the recovery machine. The service hose is the yellow hose. And the yellow hose from the outlet of the recovery machine goes to the liquid port, which is the red port on the recovery cylinder. Do everything. We gotta split it up a little bit.
Excuse me, coming through ICP.
There's how we hook it up. I kinda did a diagram. But the yellow hose, I should say the service hose,
Mr. Steve, are we